No, it wasn't that. People still like DJ more. It was the fact that he didn't feel Alejandro was ready for a push. That Tyler was basically playing favorites. And at the time, Ali's promos weren't what they are now.
Hmm. I thought he left because I won Wrestler of the Year.
He did feel that was rigged.
Yeah, he told me like it's rigged.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think it was rigged?
Me or
I don't think it was rigged. I mean, I did win 4 awards, so if it was rigged, I did pretty good for a rig. Somebody really likes me backstage.
I
Then
know.
again, it was probably Tyler's game. You know Tyler's game loves me.
Yeah.
And then Darren won an award for underrated star of the year. I actually kind of
Well, yeah,
I understand why, but I'm like,
no,
how
I
did you
did.
win that?
elbow like a champ. Come on, we have to give him his points.
Yeah, but it's like of the people who were in that category, I kind of still didn't understand how he won it.
Well, I thought I went underrated.
I
star
thought
of
T
the year.
Dynamo was gonna win that.
I thought he was too, but no,
No,
he
I-
won Dynamite won underrated and Darren won breakout. I thought
Yeah,
breakout was going
yeah.
to it went to Darren instead.
I thought Breakout was gonna go to Ali.
It was I thought it should have went to a lot of people, but I'm like Darren.
they're not winning.
I just saw that and I was like, huh?
They're not winning Most Improved.
So you would
Yeah.
think, considering Darren's your cousin and the way he promos is kind of non-existent, you would think people would actually hate him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel like Darren's low-key likable with like his King Black gimmick. Cause last year he had a ton of heat on him. This year, like when he went to King Black, everybody likes him.
I guess because it's like kind of like that, not more so laughable gimmick, but like the, I kind of get it. It's kind of racist, but it's kind of not, and he's kind of still powerhouse.
So wait,
Yeah.
so is he a stereotype or a parody?
Just as heavy as he was last year.
Probably both.
Or,
That's what a lot of people said. Well, as for me, I mean, he's not really. He looks a lot smaller because he has that shirt on. Like when he usually wrestles, he doesn't have a shirt on. He had that he has that tunic on. That's why he looks smaller. He was even saying, "I'm like, dude, you're not smaller. You just have a tunic on." Like if you see,
oh yeah, when he had like the zebra stripes or whatever.
yeah, he always wrestled shirtless, and then came black, and he wrestles with a tunic.
Oh
on.
man, that day you forgot to change his name from Negro Kane.
Oh yeah, I was.
Dude, I'm just sitting here in commentary and I'm like, are we allowed to say that? Like I'm not gonna get like lynched or something because I said Negro Kane. The Black Lives Matter movement isn't gonna come after me or something.
Well, I mean, even if you did, you already said it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that was great. I really enjoyed that. I miss commentary. I want to do commentary.
You should do commentary again. Ali, what do you think? Ali should do commentary.
No, I should not.
IC champion for Ali. Why not?
No, I suck.
Because the last time we tried to get Ale to do commentary, it really backfired.
Yes.
Whenever
like, oh my
somebody
God,
does
he did
commentary,
this.
Never make me do commentary again.
whenever somebody does commentary outside of you and Darren that isn't me or TJ, it just goes bad.
Like, I remember when Amari did it, like, TJ was trying to back him up and was like, no, he didn't do a good job. He didn't. I mean, he did an okay job, but it's like, he was talking, like, so
Really bad was
slow.
when we were still calling Battlefield and I really needed a partner and TJ was late. So I'm just like, Dane, get on. And he's like, I don't know what to do. Dane, just get on. I'll cover for you. He shows up. He doesn't even know how to call the moves and anything. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, what did I get Dane into?
What did you get yourself into? Oh my God. Oh, he just did a ghetto Hurricane Rana. Oh my God, it's a ghetto power slam. If you ever botch a move, just know that it's the ghetto version of a move. If it's
then TJ
slightly
hits on it
off by
almost
a little
like,
bit, it's the ghetto version of that move.
yo,
You know,
like,
whenever DC doesn't hit the elbow correctly, I'm gonna call it the ghetto fighter's elbow
Ow.
or the ghetto alley slam. Who knows? But anyway, I think we already started already. So hey, what is up, you guys?
Yeah,
Welcome to the
Why?
live Q&A.
We've been talking for a while.
I know.
Yeah, how long were we live?
gonna
I
appear
don't
on
know,
the
like 3 minutes. We were talking for a while, and I just didn't say anything.
You forget.
Anyway, welcome to live Q&AV with the fellow AWC and ACW wrestlers. I'm here. There's going to be some more people here. There's going to be more people showing up. I don't know. This could go on for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It depends on how many questions we have to ask each other. I'm here with the owner of AWC, Tyler Williams. The owner of ACW supposed to be coming here a little bit sooner than later. But
What do you
to
mean
my
I own
left,
it?
to my left, T Dynamite, also known as Tadra Francis, also known as T Dynamite. Franklin Zamora, also known as DC Zamcham, who is the ACW World Heavyweight Champion, and
For now.
Alejandro Leyva, known as Alejandro Leyva, who's also the current ACW Intercontinental Champion.
I got a new nickname for you,
Also for now.
What is it?
Mr. Blue Strap.
Blue Straps, that's what the IC title represents. I mean, the Blue Straps only came in because I was like, oh, Tuesday Night Turbo is blue, so why not make the straps blue? I mean, little did I know that's like pretty much the. Whenever I think about IC belt for AWC, it's always the blue straps.
Yeah.
Other than that, the
The-
X Factor. I mean, the X Factor had the red straps. It's like, nah, the blue straps work.
Blue just works.
The
He's
blue-
on that like Goku Super Saiyan shit.
Why doesn't the X-Division title have red straps?
The X Factor does.
Why does the X-Division title have them?
I don't know. I feel like it needed the red straps, to be honest. I felt like it looked better with the black. I mean, it got two different title designs. You remember it had that purple title design when Anarchist was the champion, because at first it was like the original title belt was just like the AWC championship with an X over it, and then it changed into like the blue one. I said purple. The blue one, which Anarchist held for like ever, and then now it's back to being, you know, the red with the black straps. But
In fact, they're both part of the X-Division. It would make sense they have the same type of design.
Isn't it blue right now? The X or whatever?
no, the IC's blue. Are you serious?
I thought
No,
it
it's
was X.
X on the X division.
Yeah.
No, it used to be blue. It's just red now.
It's red? Oh,
When Anarchist dropped the title, it went back to being red.
Yeah. I forgot it changed.
I mean, Chris Chambers has held that title 3 times.
Yep, he has the record.
3 times.
Chris Chambers is a record time champion. Wow. Never thought I'd say
Time
that.
X Division champion. I mean, I don't know. So, one of my first questions. So, when you guys think of the X Division, do you think of I know people are going to say Anarchist, but who was the second person you think of when you think of the X Division?
Chambers, obviously.
I
Yeah,
mean, given just because he's the X Division champion, or
I'm gonna throw a shot at the I'm gonna throw a wild shot. I'm gonna say BWB.
really?
Because my first pay-per-view when I came back was the Rumble, or well, I came back the day after the Rumble, so the first pay-per-view I watched back was the Rumble. And BWB was in the X Division title match for the Anarchist where he made it to the final 2.
Mm-hmm.
So BWB is kind of like my second guy. Obviously, Anarchist is my first. He's defined that division. And a third, I'd probably say DJK, just because he got a great feud there.
Yeah, he had a good run with the title, even though I felt like I kind of. What were you saying, Todd?
I don't really think DJK's run with the X-Division title was actually great.
He only held it for 1 month.
He only held there for 1 month, then he dropped it right back to Anarchist. And then he continued another long reign. Like, for all that, I was like, he shouldn't have even dropped the title in the first place.
Exactly.
I mean, when that match was happening, my ideal part was, okay, either DJK retains or RJ Grimm wins the title, because, you know, it's kind of building up RJ Grimm, as you know, not really Anarchist is equal, but, you know, maybe a greater power to Anarchist. But during the match, I think they were climbing the cage, and I think RJ Grimm was like attacking DJK while Anarchist was climbing the cage, so it looked like he was actually helping Anarchist. So that's
Yeah.
that's what I went off of. I'm like, okay, well, RJ helped Anarchist win the title
Yeah,
back. At first, I was just like,
potential.
huh?
Ralph had a lot of potential.
He did. RJ had a lot of potential, but he did one promo, and there was nothing. He did nothing after that. Absolutely nothing. So nothing came of
Well,
it.
he's doing good for himself over in BTW.
That's what I heard.
He's fighting for the world heavyweight title. So good for him.
Good for him.
Some,
Was he?
some people are just not fit for AWC.
Yeah, or they just don't like the style. That's really how it
Yeah,
goes down.
I thought, honestly, I thought Marco was gonna get pissed off and eventually leave at one point. I'm surprised he stuck it out like a champ.
I mean, he's got pissed at me like I think about 1 or 2 times, but I think he's relatively okay. I mean, he's one of the more humble guys you'll meet, but I mean, other than now I think he's starting to create like a backbone, which you should always have a backbone, even if you are humble. I mean, I think his backbone is starting to grow a little bit larger than it should, but that's besides the point. Marco Tasvikaly. So what do you guys think about Marco Tasvikaly and DC's Am Cham at WrestleMania?
He's gonna be awesome.
I think we're going to finally be able to show what we can do. That match has been teased in other places, but I felt like AWC was the place where it was slowly building up to it. I think it's going to be a good match. I mean, part of me says, like, yeah, let me give Marco the shot, but then, like, that part of me that, like, no-sells Tyler Lewis in video games is like, nah, this ain't going to happen.
Yo, DC has always been OPAF. It wasn't even funny. It's not even funny. Like, he'll straight up
you
win.
made me for New Gen, that just made me a beast.
I don't know. Like, freaking... The first match was against Jin, and he started hitting, like, these blows. And then he won. I'm like, what? Illegal blows to the chest, and it got restarted, and then DC still won the match. There were times where I had to restart the match because DC kept on winning, and he was supposed to go. Wait, has DC even lost?
I have the Highway to Hell loss. Other than that, no.
I had to restart that like 2 times.
I kept on winning, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember being so angry, like, oh my god, like, anytime Jin would do something, he would just follow it up. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, it was like 2 or 3 times I had to re-record it, and Jin finally won. I was like, thank God. And then in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, well, DC's going to go into a promo with like Charles Maxwell because that was the original plan. It's supposed to be DC versus Charles, Marco versus Adam. And I was like, okay, well, what is Jin going to do? Not gonna fit in. Like, I want him to face DC again. So I was like, what can Jin do? What can Jin do here? And I was like, I got it. So Anarchist comes out, attacks Jin, boom, Anarchist versus Jin. That's kind of how the feud came about, in a sense.
I do love that feud. I feel like other than the feud with me, which went on for like on and off for about a year, this has been Jin's best program in AWC.
You think it's been his best?
Outside of our feud, which went on for like a year, which isn't really fair to compare like the two. I think in terms of like 1 month builds, I think this has been his best program, hands down.
Well, I have to agree with you there. Aside from.
Other than his feud with DC, what else has he really done?
He had the stuff with DJK that was kind of teased from the beginning. He had the stuff with Curtis, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
But he left before their match at WrestleMania, so I never ended up happening. Because the original WrestleMania was supposed to be Jin Katsu versus Curtis Strong. The Internet Championship.
Charles Maxwell, but they've never had the full feud.
Huh?
He's done really good work with Charles Maxwell, but they've never had a good full feud.
Yeah, I know. Well, Charles, I don't even know what Nathan's doing. I don't know. I mean, life is catching up with him, needless to say. But what can you do? Josh had to get taken off the card like twice. Now he's fighting to be back on the card. He's facing question mark, question mark, question mark at Retribution for that spot, at least to get into the Rumble. Because if he doesn't win, he will be off the WrestleMania card entirely. If he wins, he'll be in the King of the Ring Rumble. As you guys know, King of the Ring Rumble is determined who will face Adam Belize for the world title. That's another question. So, what do you guys think about the King of the Ring Rumble? Who do you guys think should win that? And if they by that person, who do you think should they beat Adam? Should Adam retain? Like,
I don't know, because are there any serious mid-carders who are like serious promoters who aren't on the card already?
I mean, I'm not gonna name this time. I want the entrance to be kind of like a surprise. We're all gonna have a few surprise entrants, but I just want the entrance to be like kind of a surprise. Like, oh my God, he might win it and face Adam.
Even the Youngblood. Youngblood's been doing some stuff lately. I don't see him on the card.
I mean, I've recorded the match 2 weeks in advance, so I actually know who won. That fun fact, I actually recorded the match before I had to change the stipulation because Dane walked out after I did it. The result's still the same. Winner's still the same. Haven't changed the winner yet. Well, I'm not gonna change the winner at all.
Wait, no, but yeah, give it to Aaron Youngblood, because I think he's the only serious mid-carder that isn't already booked in a match. Because I know Brandon Andrews is booked in a match, and Longito is booked in a match.
I'm sure you guys will like the winner of the Rumble. Some people might like him, some people might not like him. Might see a surprise entrant win. Who knows? Who knows?
Rusty.
Maybe Dane comes back and wins the whole thing.
Eliminates everybody. He wins at Mania.
I'm still like low key hoping that Dane's whole walkout is a work, because like the first time it was a work, I'm like, Tyler was expecting that he would walk out a second time. This sounds like something Tyler would do.
It's not a work, actually.
It is a work.
As much as people want to believe it, it's not.
It's work.
The winner could be everyone's favorite East Better, Josh Collins.
It could be Josh. Who knows?
I don't think is Josh even in AWC anymore? I know he was in there.
He still is. He's under contract. I mean, it's fair.
He walked. He came back.
His only appearance was with AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble.
Not Josh Collins, but Jason Thump.
I like how Josh Collins looked like AJ Styles came out number 2, and then the Rumble comes around and AJ Styles comes out number 3. That's pretty cool. AWC knows best.
Yeah.
Who came out number 3 in the AWC Rumble? Cal came out number 3. Cal lasted, I think Cal lasted the longest. I think he lasted the longest.
Yeah, he gets his shine every once in a while.
So another question. So of the 4 Rumbles we had, which one has been your favorite Rumble so far? And why?
I gotta go with either the first or the last.
Why the first?
Why the first? Because it was like my first pay-per-view back, so nostalgia, in a sense. The last, just because I liked the winner, I liked the prestige it brought AWC in terms of what Adam put forth for that match.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the final 3 a lot.
I love the final 4 in general. It was Adam, A-Star, Mark, and Marco. I was actually really rooting for it to be Marco, and Adam, because that would have been that dope final 3, but it ended up being
but then there's that whole tension of will ACW leave with a fear, leave with the, because it wasn't ACW yet. Will the fear leave with the championship?
Yeah, I know. That's where I was like, okay, well, I can see where A-Star comes in at, because A-Star was in the final 2. I was like, oh my God, no, please no.
That'd be dope. A-Star.
A-Star went to Rumble and Tyler killed himself.
A-Star won the Rumble, but and Josh Steinberg had the briefcase, so they're
You think Josh would have cashed in on A-Star?
Probably, or he would have told A-Star to lay down for him, but
or just give him
finger poke of doom.
Oh man. So,
Good times, good times.
what do you guys think is gonna be the match of the night?
For Mania?
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Hope
think
it's
for
the
the
Armageddon one.
Yeah, the Hell in a Cell match.
I can't wait for that match. It's gonna be awesome.
like I think it's gonna be the Hell in a Cell or it's gonna be the main event. It would be I would say Adam's match if I honestly knew who was. I mean I do know his opponent, but I haven't recorded the match yet. But if I like
I don't think
honestly knew who he's facing.
do that well. They generally, from what I've seen, because I watch a lot of simulated stuff through Stoner's feed, ACW, and generally from what I've seen, there's less kickouts and there's less like resilience in multi-man matches. So I got to go with one of the singles matches, and my pick is definitely the main event.
Jin versus Anarchist is going to be pretty dope. That's one of the matches I already have done. So.
Oh, by the way, it's official. Pretty much every main guy, quote unquote, in AWC has main evented at WrestleMania now, or on Kingdom. DC and DJK main evented Kingdom. Curtis and Cal main evented the first WrestleMania, and Jin and Anarchist have now met.
I did not even think about that. You just pointed that out. I didn't even think about that. So like the what was it called, Todrick? The
Four Horsemen.
Was it Mount Rushmore?
AWC.
It's not the Mount Rushmore. Yeah, they all main evented.
Yeah, AWC Mount Rushmore. DC, DJK, Jin Kazi, and Anarchist.
Yeah, the big four.
Well, DJK won at Kingdom. I wonder who's gonna win WrestleMania.
I got my money on Jin based off promos.
I'm saying Jin. I wouldn't be surprised if Anarchist won.
Yeah, it would be nice if Anarchist won. Yeah, because I heard he might possibly retire.
That's what I've been hearing too. Which hopefully it doesn't come down to that. So
Now, come on, guys, it's the main event of WrestleMania. Anarchist is in the main event. He's fighting basically the ultimate good guy in AWC.
Who did Anarchist face last year at WrestleMania? He faced DJK, and that was in the co-main event of WrestleMania. So Anarchist manages to stay in the main event again.
That's dope.
See, Anarchist managed to stay in the main event. So yeah, kudos to that guy.
Yeah, and that match ended in a draw.
Ended in a draw, so technically he didn't win the match, but he didn't lose the match either.
Yeah, I always see it as
It's
Anarchist
like
winning.
Highway to Hell.
For me, I always see it as a win because he retained the title, but like technically, it's like he didn't win.
What was I gonna say?
It's like if you come down like, hey,
Is he walking up here?
I forgot. I totally forgot about Vulcan.
That's what Tyler wants you to think. Tyler, you gonna give us any hints there?
can't really give you much. I mean, you did hit the nail on the fact that I do want you to forget about him sometimes.
Forget about who?
Oh my God.
I do want you to forget about Vulcan so that when he comes out, it's like, oh shit, I forgot about him.
I have eyes everywhere in EWC.
I mean, frankly, you ruined the surprise.
Just in case anybody comes to take my title, I can just elbow them out of nowhere.
Oh, I know.
Elbow, straight out of nowhere.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to Papa and Nima?
Good question. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
Mystery. It is a mystery. Evolution. I'm just kidding. That's shit, please.
Because you gotta wonder if he'll have anything to do with Anarchist match or the match with Tyler Williams and Josh Steinberg.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Steinberg and Tyler Williams co-main event. Anarchist and Jin is the main event. Papa Nima hasn't been seen since the Royal Rumble at all. So.
Hey guys, I'd like you guys to think about something. What if Papa Nima wins the King of the Ring Rumble?
That would be some shit.
What if Papa Nima wins the King of the Ring Rumble and then reveals a transformation like Vulcan and then destroys Adam and takes the title?
That'd be dope.
That would be some shit.
Yeah.
Book it, Tyler.
Book. It's already booked.
It is already.
Feeling for us.
It may be, it may not be. So, what do I have to ask? I had something to ask Todrick, but I can't really think of what I was about to ask him. Oh, Todrick, so, you were one of the first people who started off at Extreme Rules. You were in Extreme Rules and Extreme Rules 2, I believe. So, and if I'm correct, you won Extreme Rules 1, you won Extreme Rules 2. We're approaching Extreme Rules 3, which is April 24th. 2016. So what do you guys think about the third edition of Extreme Rules? And Tadra, what do you think about people who have been undefeated at Extreme Rules, as opposed to people who have lost and won, or people who have lost both? I mean, because I'm undefeated at Extreme Rules, so just wanted to toot my own horn there.
Oh, I
You want
wonder
to change
why.
that?
I don't mind lost Extreme Rules too. So,
Wait a minute. No. Me and Darren has faced you and BWB.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
it's his.
And I won.
Yeah. You said that I won both Extreme Rules.
I said you won and lost one. You won the first one, and yes, I did. I said he won the first one and he
I
lost
heard
the
you say
second
he
one.
won both.
I said some people won both, and some people won or lost one and lost one.
Anarchist undefeated at Extreme Rules?
No.
Anarchist wasn't at the first Extreme Rules.
He lost the second one.
He lost the second one.
The DJK
Oh,
beat
so
him.
he has a losing record?
I mean, DJK is undefeated at Extreme Rules also. Not that he's here, and it don't matter, but he's also undefeated. He won at the first one. He won AWC World Championship. At the second one, he won X-Division Championship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's,
DC Zamcham won at the second Extreme Rules, but then
She lost
ended
it.
up- Yeah.
DC wasn't at the first Extreme Rules. No, he left before that. No,
Yeah.
he didn't.
I have 2 matches. I've won one and I lost one thanks to that cash in.
Yeah. So apparently
Alejandro won
I'm
2 matches at Extreme Rules as well, because he won Money in the Bank and he cost him the same night.
Who is AWC's Mr. WrestleMania?
I really want to say Anarchist, but I can't because he didn't win his first
I think it's
WrestleMania.
too early to call.
It's really
But-
kind of early to call it.
Yeah,
I mean, in
there's
terms
only
of like,
been-
I
there's
say
only been
Anarchist.
one
Oh,
wrestle-
I agree with you there.
like I really
there's
want to
only
say
been
Anarchist,
one
but
WrestleMania.
yeah, it is kind of early because it's only been one WrestleMania. Like when you
Yeah,
ask the question,
there's
like
Yeah, there's only been one WrestleMania, so that would be the same thing like asking who stole the show at the first WrestleMania.
I mean, unless you're talking about who's like Mr. Main show, like in terms of WrestleMania and Kingdom, because there's been one of each.
All right, we can go with WrestleMania and Kingdom.
Well, Anarchist
Then
won a
again,
Kingdom.
then I would say Anarchist if you're including Kingdom as well.
Yeah.
Anarchist
it-
defeated BOB in an Inferno match.
Really that special though?
Huh?
Like Anarchist match at Kingdom, it was good, but it wasn't like the standout match or anything.
Yeah. You know, I always thought that Jin versus Alejandro was like one of the most underrated matches. Like, if you go back and watch that match was just really good.
Yeah,
And,
DJ,
it was
DJK is the
surprising.
main show.
Huh?
And that match with Jin and Alejandro was also surprising because a lot of people were expecting Jinkazi to win because he's Jinkazi. But no, Alejandro actually somehow won.
Alejandro has wins over Anarchist, DJK, and Jin, just not DC.
Yes, I do. There's one.
You do?
Yeah, A2 Climax, the very first one.
Oh shit! I didn't even remember that. He does have wins over all the four, all of Mount Rushmore.
So Alejandro's probably the only one who's beaten all of the AWC Mount
I'm the new
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
He is the Mount
Oh wait, no.
Rushmore.
Oh wait, no. I've beaten all 4 of them too.
You've
I
never
know you
beaten
beat-
me.
I know you beaten DJK. I know you beaten Jin, and I know you've beaten Anarchist, but I don't remember you beating DC.
Wait, when did T Dynamite beat Jin?
He
A2
beat-
Climax.
Yeah, they do. A lot of people lost, and it was like a lot of people had surprising loss at the A2 Climax.
T Dynamite never beat me there though. I beat him twice. in the climax.
Yeah, the
Well,
only
no,
person
not the
that I lost,
climax.
the only person who beat me in the A2 climax was DC.
Yeah, you went on undefeated streak there. It was the undefeated streak versus the undefeated streak. It was 8-8. It was DC and
All right.
wait, did DC have 6 or did he have 8? I think DC had 6.
Why he had the match of the night at Mania with Anarchist, and then he had arguably the match of the night with me in the main event at Kingdom.
DJK, yeah, I have to agree with you there. Even though we're not on
Yep.
good terms, I have to agree with you there. DJK is the mainstay guy when it comes to those matches. And he also had match of the year with, in my opinion, even though it wasn't even voted, it wasn't even an option, I still think it's match of the year. He had match of the year with Alejandro at Battlefield. I still think that's like my all-time favorite AWC match right now.
I feel like a couple matches surpassed it as we've gone on.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like we were just so taken back because let's face it, the new AI takes a lot more kickouts than the old one.
Yeah. I mean, I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Because if you look at, we had a lot of match with a lot of kickouts. I mean, by that logic, Mark versus Adam was
That was
pretty
decent.
good too.
That was pretty good.
yeah. And then look, it took Jin 90s to beat me by that logic. So
I shot loose.
So, Tyler, why aren't you and DJK still on good terms?
We just really haven't talked. He's went his ways, I went my ways. I mean, I'm happy for his position at BTW because I just noticed that I haven't just noticed it, but I noticed that he's gotten like, higher and higher. He's becoming like the man for BTW. I'm happy for him in that sort of. I mean, I already don't talk to him that much.
So, would you ever be a
voting.
writer for BTW?
Me? Mm-mm.
Why not?
I'm just don't. I don't know. I really don't do e-feds. You know that. I'm not an e-fed guy.
Yeah, you say you never put promo for one, but there's a difference between promoing for an EFED and actually writing an EFED show.
Well, I mean, I've promo for an e-fed before. If you remember, I did have a brief one in HOPW.
And
I lost twice, and I was like, because I didn't like
the character in U Rising too. Ty James, was it?
Yeah.
I
never
remember
finished my promo.
What the fuck is this? Like,
If only I finished my promo, people would have understood, but I never did. So it was just like, what is it? Did this guy just leave softcore porn on our website? Like, what the? Some things we'll never understand. Oh, I also get the question often about will there ever be a crossover between AWC and other companies. There was planned to be a crossover between AWC and BTW, which was actually supposed to be last week. Which was planned supposed to be last week, but I didn't end up going through with it because of there was a minimal amount of people, AWC guys, like solid AWC guys, because Dane's not here now. DJK was definitely side with BTW at this point because he's not here. It's like, and if you look at it, a lot of the guys that are on AWC, a good majority of them are on BTW. So you have that AWC versus BTW factor. It's like there's not really that many.
You could have
core AWC guys.
You could have basically said this is a world where guys who don't really get a chance to stand out because T Dynamite. He doesn't really get that many chances in BTW as he does in AWC in terms of like being in that spotlight, being a constant guy.
Yeah.
I think he has one more singles title in BTW than he does in AWC. But
Yeah,
in terms of like consistently featured,
well, he's only had one singles title in AWC.
Yeah. In terms of being consistently featured, I feel like T Dynamite's more of an AWC guy. Marco, I mean, you have his U Rising character is more featured in BTW. And now he's really, really featured in Warzone. But up until last week, the place where he was featured the most was AWC. Obviously, you got guys like Alejandro and Adam. You got guys like Daring. Hell, maybe you could even get Amari to side with you because he's been a world champion here. He hasn't been a world champion in in
You know,
BTW.
goddamn well, Marv would not side with AWC.
Wait,
Don't play yourself.
wait, is A Star still in BTW?
A-Star is still in BTW. He's just on Warzone, and Warzone's only had a one episode so far. So
Oh. I haven't really been following BTW as much lately, and last time I checked, he wasn't really much of good terms with Zach and Anthony and everyone else.
no, he's on good terms. He's just he was put into a match at Warzone. I believe he won. I believe he has a second match, but I'm not sure when that show is going to be posted. It should have been posted 2 days ago.
Okay. He was at a point on bad terms with them, wasn't he?
He wasn't on bad terms. He just wasn't on the best terms, pretty much. But I think Jin probably would side with AWC.
Apples and oranges, more so that now he's in BTW. You never would have known. So I just didn't go through with it. Now, AWC is fabbing its first tour, which Josh Steinberg announced. I'm happy to announce that. We are having a world tour, which is where we go to different countries. You know, there's going to be some mostly written matches, some simulated matches. There's going to be two, main, house show matches, which are going to be, one's in Switzerland and one's in Tokyo. So what do you guys' opinion about, a tour for AWC? What do you guys think about that?
Interesting.
I think that's good. Do you have, different arenas you can go to, pretty much, or do you have to, download more arenas?
I mean, we are going to New Japan Arena for the Tokyo one.
There's a New Japan Arena in 2K.
Yeah, you can download it.
Yeah, I know. I have it downloaded already.
Tyler, I have a request.
A request.
We download Cuba and go to Cuba.
Well, I might. I mean, I do have to do a Switzerland one. The Switzerland one was Josh's idea. I don't know why he chose Switzerland of all places. He could have chose England. He could have chose Canada. But he chose Switzerland. India, Germany, but nope, Switzerland.
Everyone always goes to either
Yeah,
England or Canada or Mexico. Switzerland's sort of new.
Yeah, I guess it is bringing something new to the table. But Tokyo is definitely that mainstay place.
I want to call out somebody for the Switzerland show.
The Switzerland show? Do we even have any Swiss wrestlers?
I am calling out
We
Cesaro.
actually will see him there because if you guys do know, Cesaro is AWC's poster boy.
I am calling out
the community's poster boy. It's Cesaro.
You put up the title. Title on the.
And if I'm still a world champion by that day, I will put the title on the line against Cesaro.
Against Cesaro, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. If we ever go to Canada, you should probably challenge Kevin Owens.
I can see Kevin Owens.
But who are we going to see in Tokyo?
Hit out.
I'm calling it now.
That'd be too black and white.
That'd be like putting Christian Rainey versus Dean Ambrose.
How about Anarchist versus the Great Muta?
So we could do Alejandro versus Tajiri.
He gets knocked out by that one swift roundhouse kick.
Actually, why don't we do Alejandro versus Nakamura? Nakamura was the greatest intercontinental champion in New Japan. Alejandro is the intercontinental champion of AWC.
No, so you just say the greatest.
Wait.
Making sure not to say.
Wait. Time out. Aren't you forgetting somebody?
Bro, if you diamond
Yeah, you were.
first day,
You didn't have much of a run with it.
Yes, I did. I beat guys like Prince Jaguar and
That should not have been your first name. It was Prince Jaguar.
Come on, there has to be a better.
I also beat Demon Desmond and
Oh man, you could have done better. You could do better, Todd. Come on.
He could have said I held the title for 70 days because you did.
I had the longest reign, but then Tyler screwed it up.
I screwed it up.
You kept telling everyone that I had the longest reign, but you had mixed up the numbers.
And it was actually Alex Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Hey, you step out. That was funny. Good times, good times.
but I still had a good run with that title.
You still did.
I
Oh.
would have been a two-time champion, but sad. But Alejandro got himself disqualified.
But while we're on that discussion, let's do greatest champion to AWC. So we can start with the IC champion. Who's the greatest IC champion in AWC? Franklin really didn't want to say it, but it took a lot of guts. I'm gonna agree with him.
He's like punching.
Okay, I'll admit, next to me, he is pretty good.
Besides
After
me,
all,
I would either say Dynamite or Gonzalez. I guess.
Gonzalez was also a very good IC champion up until he lost it and fell off the face of the earth.
All time is Brian
It's
King.
like at WrestleMania, Alex Gonzalez was Rusev, and Alex Avalos was John Cena.
And then, Alex Avalos went and literally dropped the title. Except he dropped it to nobody. And if it weren't for him dropping the title, I'm not even sure if Alejandro would have ever won the IC title.
If it weren't for who dropping the title?
Alex Avalos.
Oh yeah.
They dropped it, and then A-Star won it.
Hey, I just realized there have been more Mexican Intercontinental Champions than any other nationality.
Yeah.
There's been 3 Mexicans, 2 blacks, and 1 white.
Oh my god. Okay, so Alejandro. Okay, so greatest X Division champion, hands down. I already know what everyone's going to say.
Anarchist. He's Mr. X Division.
He is the X Division.
He is the X Division.
Greatest ACW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh wait, there's only been one.
Vacant. No, I'm joking.
Vacant.
Vacant definitely tops him. Okay, greatest tag team champions.
I can't say me and Dan.
I'm going to say Windy City Machine Guns. I think their reign right now is actually more memorable than the Elite.
Yeah, I like Windy City Machine Guns.
Judge it once it's over. I'm not gonna judge it halfway through. But they are killing promos.
They're killing in promos. They're killing it in the ring. They haven't lost a single tag team match.
Yeah.
Something the Elite has
But I
lost.
feel like once they beat Cal and Curtis, that's what's gonna propel them to the next level, pretty much, as a tag team.
Yeah, until they do beat Cal and Curtis. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. No one really knows.
The Authority had a good run with the titles.
Who?
The Authority.
They had 2 runs with the titles,
Exactly.
except both of them, I believe, are only 2 weeks long.
Hey, the second one wasn't.
The first one definitely was 2 weeks long. The third one maybe was 3. The second one maybe was 3 weeks. Who knows? It was just slightly longer.
Are we talking about the Authority?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Black Lives Matter movement?
Yes. Okay. So greatest X Factor
Hey,
champion.
Black lives
Big
do
Tom
matter
Mafia.
because we have a black man running a company.
Have there been? Well, yeah. There's 3 champions. Midcard Mafia is the only one I really remember. Their reign though.
Yeah, there's only been a Midcard Mafia, The Fear, and then Legend Empire.
Yeah.
Well, Legend Empire is more like an accessory, and then again, it was more like an accessory for The Fear as well. I feel like, yeah, I have to agree with you. Most notable would be the Midcard Mafia, because they were the first. They won it.
Champion / Universal All Star.
Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Like
I wanted to say Chadwick. I would think it's. I think it's between Chadwick and what's his name?
Adam,
Yeah,
you just forgot your world champion's name.
for a second.
That right there shows that he needs to lose the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I just forgot it for a second. Jesus.
I want to make a case for two more guys. Two more guys.
Let me guess, Rusty?
Rusty and Darren.
Darren,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Darren. Can't forget, Darren's reign was actually really good.
Yeah.
Freddie's the best one.
That's when Darren was in his peak period.
Mm.
He rolled through everybody.
Freddie's the best.
Yeah, back when promos didn't matter.
No, he had.
And apparently promos still don't matter, so it doesn't matter.
He had a couple reigns as Limitless Champion during season 2.
It was a brief reign now. He lost it to...
Cal?
Well,
He lost it as the 12 Days of Limitless.
Yeah, he did. He lost it. I don't remember exactly who he lost it to, though. He lost it to
He
Adam.
retained that Battlefield in a pretty
lost
good
to Curtis?
well,
No, he lost it to Adam.
well,
lost to
you
Curtis.
well, you could probably say that in season 2, the Limitless title kind of flip flopped a lot.
Is Chadwick,
So anyone could have won that
is
title.
Chadwick the longest reigning Limitless Champion?
Of course, he had it since December 31st.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, this is probably impressive that no one's beaten Chadwick.
You guys think he's going to lose at WrestleMania?
I hope he does.
No, I saw Maxwell's work. It wasn't good enough.
If Maxwell it gets kicked out at the WrestleMania, I would say no. He would still keep the title. But if Charles Maxwell's in the match,
I want to see those three form a stable.
That would actually be a really good statement. Have you guys seen their match? Their match was amazing. It was those three versus the Windy City Machine Guns and Mark Jernigan. That match was amazing. They all have really good chemistry. So yeah, I do want to see them in a stable. And I also do want to see Windy City Machine Guns and Mark Jernigan versus those three again. Then again, you have Jason Saxon and Mark Jernigan. They always have good matches, so I think that's also part of the reason why the contribution between those two. So, what do you guys think is like your favorite feud in season 2 so far?
I gotta go with outside of my own because I don't want to put my own outside of my own. I gotta go with either Jin versus Anarchist or Marco versus Anarchist.
Anarchist having these high scale feuds, I know.
Adam versus is really underrated too.
I think Alejandro and DJK was had a good feud.
That was not even a feud.
Good because neither of them promoted much.
Leading up to the match was meh, but the match was great, but the build up to the match was
And then like you randomly threw them together in a 6-man the following pay-per-view, and it was more about Dane and Jade than anything else.
Yeah, well, to be fair, DJK had before the show walked out, so you couldn't really do much with it.
Mid-card Mafia-wise, the focus wasn't really on them.
But yeah, you could say that the Mid-Card Mafia feud itself was good.
yeah, the feud between Mid-Card Mafia was probably my favorite in season 2 so far.
I wanted to say it's not over technically, but then we had a walkout. So.
Dane decided to leave.
Hey Josh.
Senpai.
It's Tyler's favorite person.
Yeah. His boo Dane.
Being the new owner of AWC and ACW.
Marking out.
I'm sorry, come again.
The owner of AWC and ACW.
It was scary.
It scared me too.
I was like, oh my god, someone's possessed.
Papa Enigma, he's turned on Tyler. He's joined ACW.
Well, that was on Josh's end, so Papa Nigga must be really hanging with Josh then.
That's what I said.
Rollins won the championship trophy, NBA state title.
I'm scared.
I know, I'm scared too.
I'm gonna leave.
About to see Samara from the ring pop up on the screen.
Oh my god.
Jump scare about to be
What
coming.
championship title we mentioned?
The world title? The world championship?
Other than the world title, are we missing anything?
No, just the world championship. We mentioned every other title since.
What about the Divas title?
Oh,
No, any of he was by memory.
that's you know. You know, it's
Who?
like if you ever asked, you only remember Athena and Jessica Starr. Only two you remember.
I remember Jessica Starr. That's the only one I remember.
I remember Nikki Vega being a thing, but that's about it.
Nikki Vega never won the Divas Championship though. Nikki Vega was just a valet.
Oh well. It's not like the
Wait,
division.
what wasn't there a Morgan Wolf?
Morgan Wolf and Taylor.
Yeah.
So, greatest world champion, guys.
Greatest world champ. Now, are we categorizing just the AWC World Championship, which was October to February of 2015? Or are we categorizing as the AWC World Championship, like undisputed as well?
Let's do everything, and you know what? Since there's only been one ACW reign, let's throw the ACW title in
No,
there.
no,
as well.
no.
Oh, well, DC
There's been-
won
there's
3
been
times then.
There's been two vacant in DC.
Cal won at 5. What are you talking about?
I know, but DC won 3 times. Who cares about Cal's last 2 reigns? No one remembered those. Only people remember are the first 2 reigns. I don't remember the last 3 reigns.
I remember.
I didn't even know he had
Shut
5.
up. No one's talking to you. Come on. Do you honestly remember Cal's last reign? Be honest. Who did he lose to?
Curtis Strong.
Lucky guess. Anyway, who was
Yeah, Cal
That's the only one I know.
Strongest.
Cal won at WrestleMania and lost to the Curtis Strong like 2 or 3 weeks later.
2 weeks later, he lost to Curtis Strong,
Yeah.
which rendered the main event look useless.
Yeah,
The name of
the face of the company lost the world title in 2 weeks.
I think it's because Cal and I were having problems. I think he just didn't want to throw it off. Like, alright, fine, you'll just drop the title to Curtis again. I don't have an issue doing that.
Chris Town.
I'd rather see Curtis, VTech, Jin, and DC than Cal, Curtis. Can you imagine if Cal was in the main event instead of Curtis? I think the match would have had lesser value if Cal was in that main event.
Yeah, I did feel like Curtis kind of made it special in a sense because everybody was kind of like getting fed up with the Curtis push.
I mean, Curtis was the... Wait, was Curtis the Juggernaut, or was Alex Gonzalez the Juggernaut?
I think it was Alex.
I think Alex Gonzalez was the Juggernaut.
Yeah, I think it was Alex.
Because Alex Gonzalez, he was on a really good tear. Like, you could not touch him.
And then Alex Avalos is like, let me remind you of why I made you.
And then after that, it was like, and then he just went
He
down here.
was,
Doug Darren beat him.
he was basically the Rusev of
Remember when
AWC.
Franco was wrong?
When Darren beat him, he was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Darren kind of replaced him as like the mid-card titan.
Darren was the nail in the coffin for that one. Whoops, hold on one second.
What time are you guys?
Just like Darren is kind of the new Alex Gonzalez in a sense.
Didn't Darren and Alex Gonzalez face off?
In terms of like powerhouse-ish dominant style.
I know they faced off in the Climax pre-show. I remember that.
In
think
terms of
that's
like
the one.
dominant, I feel like Adam is the new Curtis.
Oh yeah.
No, besides Adam, today, is there any really giants in AWC?
Mark?
I mean, there's Vulcan, but we barely see him. There's Papa and Nima.
Mark?
We barely see him.
What are you?
Mark, we see quite frequently.
Yeah. Is Kane Black technically a giant?
Yeah.
far
pretty
from.
big.
If you know the Mark that I know, you're used to seeing him as a high flyer than more of a giant, or just a hard hitter in general. The funny thing is, Mark's main finisher outside of AWC is the Reigns of Castamere, which is just Omayeni. So him and Jin have the same finisher.
Interesting.
So,
Josh, I have a third pick in the
Can you
draft.
shut the fuck up?
Who should I pick?
Can you shut the fuck up?
You shut the fuck up, bitch.
I'm deadass going to take that controller from you at like 11 o'clock.
yeah, that's probably for the best. I mean, getting mouthed off by your little sibling on a live recording is the best thing.
Another like
Awkward.
no.
Tyler, you there?
I think he is. I mean, he muted himself, so I don't know.
Alright, guys, in terms of guys who debuted in Season 2, who's been the best so far?
I guess Marco.
There's Marco, there's Mark, there's Charles Maxwell.
TJ. Mark or TJ? Marco or TJ? One of
TJ
those.
debuted last season, technically.
Poodle Bobber.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah, you're right. So I guess I go with Marco.
There's Nate, there's Chadwick.
Chadwick hasn't done
Well,
anything really.
Chadwick is the longest reigning All-Star champion. You could say he's probably the
Oh my bad.
best.
I'm thinking about someone else. My bad. What am I saying? Yeah,
Chadwick has
Chadwick or Marco. My bad. Yeah.
I feel
Chadwick
like
or
it should
Marco.
be a poll. We need to make that a poll. Best Season 2 debutee so far. So we're kind of like stuck in a live recording, and I have
Yeah,
no
we
clue
don't we didn't even know where Tyler went. So what to do? Did he even
Well,
say he was coming back?
let's
Or...
just ask random questions about AWC.
Ask random questions about me and my match with Tyler at Mania.
if you had to make a stable using 4 guys in AWC, who would you use? You can't
That's
say
easy
Mount
as
Rushmore because
fuck.
that's just a cop out.
That's easy as fuck.
That's hard.
Me?
Who would you make a stable with, Josh?
Okay, so including myself, but I'll have 4 other guys. Anarchist, Jin, Adam, and Franklin.
That would be one overpowered stable.
I am the creator of God Stables, okay?
Oh no, my laptop also died. That's not good.
Well, you came back, yeah.
That's basically the elite meets like fuck you, we're the main event.
And then if I were to add another person, I'd add Alejandro because, you know, Alejandro is, well, you know, I'm his senpai, so...
Yeah.
Alejandro's Mr. Bluestrap.
Yeah. Give me my blue strap. That sounds weird.
You have blue collar workers. Alejandro's a blue strap worker.
You guys want to see my blue strap? That sounds weird.
Because the IC Alright, most underrated in AWC.
I go with T Dynamite.
Nah, because I feel like T Dynamite kind of like gets some credit at least. I want to say A Star or BWB.
Or El Bandito.
Yeah. I guess El Bandito could be one.
El Bandito's really underrated too.
Yeah.
Rusty's been doing good for himself too.
Yeah.
Man,
That match is like 5 underrated guys, and then Chris Chambers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, I agree.
Chris Chambers is a very special case.
You think so?
Yes, I do think you're stupid, Tyler.
No, he's not overrated.
Wait,
Because
I
don't
didn't
think
ask you that.
What happened?
What?
He said I'm stupid, but I didn't ask him if I'm stupid or not.
But you are stupid.
Yeah, you are.
I could fight.
You picked a fight where now you can't win.
Nah, I think you know what? I'm gonna resume this fight later, presumably in 3 more days. But
Real men start fights early.
what were you expecting? Were you expecting like a roast challenge or something? You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it.
I mean, I don't think I deserve it, but I think the fans deserve it.
They don't deserve it either.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not part of this, okay? Yeah, I ain't doing anything.
Okay, so let's spice it up. Okay, let's do. Everyone ask someone one question that they also. I mean, it could be AWC related or some
Okay.
type of relation. My dog. So just go around.
Huh.
What's my dog barking?
I got the first.
Both the other members of the mid card mafia in a promo to win battle.
Who would win?
Dane and Jay, straight up promo to win. You guys are all trying. You guys are all putting in the effort. Who wins?
So all 3 of us.
I'd say
I
it's
know
between.
I know I lose.
I'd say Jay and
I'd
Ali
probably
are
say
like
Jay.
definitely. Dane is just out of
I've
it.
heard he's really good, but I don't see a lot of his stuff, you know. But I've heard he's really good, Jay. So I might go with Jay.
I'm
I'd have to side with Jay too. I mean, I love what you've been doing with your promos. In terms of like formatting, I actually prefer your promos. But Jay's my boy. I made him in New Rising. I can't side against him.
I'm going with my boy Jay as well. Even though he's not really my boy, just I'm gonna say my friend actually. My friend Jay.
Wait, Jay over Ali or Jay over Dane?
Wait, what's the
Jay
question?
over-
Is all 3 promo to win? I said Jay. Frankston said
Who will win the promo to win the Elite Triple Threat? Jay.
And I'm talking about they're all being consistent. They're all at the top of their game.
Oh, Jay.
Jay.
I think if Ali like really seriously tried, he can hold it towards, but I don't know. I think Jay might. beat him.
And Alejandro's been improving a little. I mean, at the start of it, he was like below average. Now he's gotten better.
I thought he was about to say, well, now he's average.
he went a little bit.
He went from
Well,
below
so he's
average
gotten
to
better.
average.
Okay,
Okay, so what should I ask?
if you have mental health and then you're psychotic, you go to the mental unit. If you have mental health issues and you're like have substance abuse issues.
Oh, okay. I have a question to ask you guys. So, do you guys remember a certain match? Okay, do you guys remember me versus Josh in a ladder match? Because Josh said that he beat me in a ladder match, but I have no recollection of this ever happening. I don't even have a recollection of me ever facing Josh in a singles match except from at AWC Takeover, the first one.
I thought didn't he have a ladder match with Cal?
I'm trying to tell you, Josh, it was Cal. It was Cal, not me.
The one
Yeah,
that
it
was
was-
the one that was televised was the Cal match. The one that no one really knew about was the house show match that I created as a GM on Brawl.
So no, but it's just
No
like
one remembers that one.
Why would you?
It was a while ago.
Why are you trying to?
I don't know.
No one. I'm telling you, I don't think that one ever existed. I think you just made that one up in your head so that way you could say you have one over me. When in reality, you don't have one over me at all.
But was this in season 1?
Yeah, had to have been. Because in season 1, I faced Josh and I won. And any other time we faced off, it was the multi-man match, and both of us lost.
that once you get on a unit, nobody was going to know you had them, and then you'll go into the bathroom and then be sneaking on them and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, wow.
And you can't give me.
Go down to the unit and be like, shame on you.
I can't give you a what?
Why you lie? I asked you if you use drugs.
Say yourself, and you can't say no one.
What's the question? I can't say myself?
You're not a face. You're like.
Why would I'm about to say, why would I say myself to begin with?
You created the company.
I don't know who's the face of the company. I know who's being built to be the face of the company, but I don't know who's the face of the company right now. I don't think I have a face of the company right now.
You were building data to be the face of the company.
Like I said, I know what was building up to be the face of the company, but even then, there currently is no face of the company.
You look at the face?
I mean, yeah, Jin and Anarchist there in the main event of WrestleMania, but when you think about what they've been doing this past season, they really haven't been doing anything to say that they're the face of the. Yeah, he's main evented them, but he's only won. He main evented 2, but he's only won one of them. No, he's won both. He won at Battlefield. He lost at the Royal Rumble, and then he won at Highway to Hell. But other than that, yeah.
What about Alejandro? He's probably been one of the most impressive this season.
Yeah, but I can't honestly call him the face of my company. And even if he was, that's ACW, not AWC.
Well, after WrestleMania, if you won, which probably isn't going to happen, and ACW and AWC combined, who would you say? Would you say Alejandro would be the face of the company?
Well, being that Alejandro has never won the world title, it's only been an IC title, I can't really say him. Now, if he went to WrestleMania and he goes on to Extreme Rules and he's held the title for 1 whole year, then I can kind of say that after Extreme Rules if he retains. Now, just going into Extreme Rules, I really can't say Alejandro. But even them, I don't know, maybe the winner of the main event of WrestleMania can be the face of the company. I think right now WrestleMania is kind of the battle for the face of the company. I feel like that's what WrestleMania is right now.
Now it's so bad that the FDA
Company? Okay, I like that stipulation. Alright,
Who's next?
anybody want to ask another question?
I don't have a question.
Does Josh have a question?
people are going to
Or
start
not, does he?
He's going to there be mute the whole time.
They're just now mandated.
I have a question, but I want to save mine for last.
Okay.
Alright. So, Ali, what's your question?
Question for you, man.
The what? I don't have a question. We're talking to Josh.
I have a question for Todrick.
Okay, ask it away, ask away.
What are those?
My fingers are fat. Ali, ask a question.
Damn it. Okay. I had to think about it, damn it.
But once you start taking that,
Somebody else wants to go during
that little thing that's itself over the counter is not going to put your pain.
I kind of want to ask Franklin the question, but I just don't know.
Alright, I have my question.
Okay, you go. Well, I think.
It's actually for a lot of people. It's going to go one by one down the line.
Is it the same question or is it a different one?
No, it's different questions. It's one question for each person.
Why is it when I have like 5 questions?
Tyler, shut up. Okay. Todrick? When I beat Tyler at WrestleMania to gain total control of AWC, What is one thing that you would expect me to do as the new owner?
Give guys like me, El Bandito, I mean, other guys who have been in the mid card for the longest time a chance to be in the main event and try to prove that they're better than guys like Adam Belaz, DC, Jin, Anarchist, Jin, and all these other guys who've been in the main event for like forever.
Well, I can tell you that definitely if I were to be the total owner, actually, why am I saying if? Because it's always just going to be when. When I get to be total owner of AWC, there will be a lot of opportunities given out, but you see, I wouldn't just. But obviously, you have to show me why you deserve them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Actually, give us the opportunity because guys like DC, Adam. No offense to y'all, they've been given more opportunities than us when we've proven that we're just as good as them.
And you can make a great case for that, but I'm pretty sure Franklin can also make a great case for why he deserves another shot at whatever he feels he deserves a shot at, even though he pretty much has what he wants right now.
Yeah, but once again, no offense to DC, he's been given shot after shot after shot after shot.
I mean, keep in mind where DC started out, though. Keep in mind where DC started out. I mean, DC started out losing what? 5+ matches in a row?
10.
Yeah, hence why I said 5+, because I didn't know the exact number. But, I mean, you start out from somewhere, and then you end up, your end goal is to obviously become like a world champion in DC.
Well, I mean, I see where Toddler's coming from because when DC you had those losses, it was 2014. DC came back in January 2015, and when you think about DC's kind of been the main event the whole entire time. So I guess I can see where Toddler's coming from, but that's not my question, so I'm not going to get into it.
Okay, then I'm going to go to Doodle Bob Mihonioi.
Hello.
Yes, I am your senpai. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, anyways. So, my question to you, Doodle Bob Mihonioi. What do you see Alejandro Leiva's character becoming?
Ooh. That's a really good question. Damn. What do I see that character becoming?
Do you see him becoming just an AWC exclusive? Do you see him becoming a factor somewhere else? Do you see him being this brand? What do you see him becoming?
As of right now, I see him as an AWC exclusive. I don't know about the future yet.
The future does not know what is told because it's not written.
Yeah.
Wise words from a senpai. Okay. I'm gonna go with DC now. DC. All right. Okay. My question to you is, hold on. I have the question here.
You wrote them down.
Ask your world champion away.
Hold on. Actually, I'll get back to your question because my question is ridiculously complicated and I'm pretty sure it's random as fuck. Okay. Anyways, Tyler, how will it feel when you finally realize that I am better than you at WrestleMania?
That was your question? Are you serious? Are you serious? For all the questions you want to ask. That is your question.
The God. I'm a God. Yes.
I mean, I hope you're not expecting me to answer that straightforward because I don't think you're going to win WrestleMania. I don't think you're.
Cheers. Cheers. Curtain call.
You're not better than me. You're not going to win. So. You've come a long way. I'll give you that, but you'll never.
like his entire roster walked
He will probably be like Stephanie McMahon's reaction after the Alliance lost. No.
You mean Stephanie after she lost the Survivor Series?
Too dumb things.
But anyways, is that the only question you asked? Is that the serious question?
Oh,
Yes.
also, Tyler, why do you suck so bad?
Yay! Hard hitting question.
I don't know.
No, what type of sucking do you mean, actually?
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, interesting. Go into more detail. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
We want.
Oh no, I gotta think. I gotta think
know.
kind of long and. Oh no, I gotta think very about that question because that's a very complex question.
He said long.
About it. It's something that you are born into when you think about it. I mean, why do you suck so badly? I mean, maybe it's because something that's happened at birth. Maybe it's because something you lived through, or maybe it's just because the person who thinks I suck so badly is too busy sucking right now. You know, when you look in the mirror and you realize this, that's when you realize.
When you look in a mirror and you realize that you try to act like you're all cute, but in reality you're not. So
Ugly.
bitch, where?
Oh.
Punch chop. That's what you get for your answer. Next.
Too deep for me.
I think you're leaving out a few things, Tyler. But then again, that's common. But you know, that's none of my business.
Is this your attempt at trying to roast me or something?
I mean, I mean, you can just tell by the reaction by others here. It's kind of like already there.
Not gonna say anything back. Go ahead.
I am the true roaster. We also have
What else do you have left to say, or is that all you have?
Okay, now I found my question for DC. Ready, DC?
I'm ready.
Okay, now this is a simple worded answer. All you gotta do is just really like think about it, and the answer should be pretty obvious. Okay, my question is, how can you prove that in an isosceles right triangle, the segment from the vertex to the right angle to the midpoint of the whole
What does this have to do with anything that we're supposed to be asking? That is my question. I know my questions were irrelevant, but this is the most irrelevant I've ever heard.
My answer is, fuck math. I am the motherfucking world champion.
Yeah.
Who needs math when you're the world champion, right?
Yeah.
You're right. The only math I need is the one going straight into my bank account.
I like that. I like that. It all triangulates. Triangulates.
It's the best answer ever.
Okay, well, actually, the answer is Illuminati times 2. Thank you very much.
What does this have to...
Thank you very much. I'm ready.
This is why I'm gonna make sure I punch you multiple times, WrestleMania.
Tyler, you want to punch me so bad. Fight me. Fight me in real life.
You know,
You know where he lives. Just beat him up.
Nah, he moved, but I do know the coordinates to where he lives close enough to. I don't live that far.
Alright. Tyler, I got another one for you. Out of all the physical world championship belts, we got the current AWC championship, undisputed championship. We got the original design, which is the gold. We got the internet, if you want to count that. We got the original AWC championship. Which do you feel has the most prestige?
In terms of its design, or in terms of what?
Yeah, design-wise.
Design? Easily the IC. I just feel like the IC design is unique. I feel like what you're asking me is not what I should be answering to.
I don't know, I've always, because, I don't know, I was just thinking, I've always felt like the big gold is always the most prestigious.
The big gold, yeah, that's prestigious, but I don't know. I just feel like the IC title just looks really unique to me. That and the X Factor. Maybe it's because I like bright colors. I don't know.
designs. I've always liked the Limitless and the IC the best. The IC because of the blue strap and the Limitless just because I felt that was one of the more creative designs.
Now, if we're talking about prestige in terms of like, okay, well, you know, matches and all that kind of stuff, then obviously.
With a belt, and you can say, okay, that is the world champion, that is the championship belt that represents the top of the company. Which one of those titles, designs, out of the ones you make for the world championship, did that the best?
The big gold belt. I wanna really badly say the original design for the world title, but we've only seen that in last gen.
Yeah.
The new design for the world title, it's alright, but the ACW World Heavyweight Championship is basically the old AWC World Heavyweight Championship design.
Which is funny because if you remember in DBPW,
or if you do precisely remember, the ACW World Heavyweight Championship is actually the AWC Undisputed World Championship because DC stole that title from Jin in the beginning of the season and held on to it the entire time. So when he won the world title, he's like, well, I already have a belt, I'll just keep this one. So actually the ACW Championship is the AWC world title.
Yeah, so if you want that title, you don't only have to beat me for it, you have to buy it off me. It's my property.
So technically, DC isn't the ACW world champion. He's just because he's not holding the actual belt. He's just holding the old AWC world undisputed title.
Basically, he's holding the old world title, but he renamed it. Well, Josh renamed it. Bastard.
Yeah, because Josh knows best. Everyone else done with questions?
Todrick, I got one for you.
Okay.
No idea what he's saying.
I have another question.
If it's for me, it better be something serious.
Tyler, when was the last time you were relevant?
The last time I was relevant was actually last week when I pedigreed you. So yeah, thank you for answering that question.
I'm not talking about AWC. I'm talking about it in real life. I'm just asking when was the last time you were relevant?
When I woke up this morning. Next question.
Alright,
let me
finish my question.
You whack. You're whack. No. No.
You felt like you could have been at the top way before. You said you felt like you haven't really been afforded a lot of opportunities. I agree, you are underrated. There have been moments where I felt like T Dynamite could have been elevated at least to the world title scene as a contender. Is there any moment in particular you can say, hey, is there any moment you can point out, any pay-per-view in specific, you felt like you could have been fighting for the world title?
I would have to say probably after Spring Bash when we had that six man where if I won I could have faced A-Star and you for the title at AWC Takeover. Probably then.
All right, I can see that.
I can see that because he was the last of his team.
Yeah.
T Dynamite was getting hot around that time.
Yeah, because at the time, a lot of people would probably agree with me when I say that I was the best in the Authority out of me, A-Star, Darren, and Tahir.
I don't know, man. A-Star's always had really good promos. I kind of debate between you two. But you were definitely the one with the most hype behind you at the time.
No. Yeah. Yeah, during that Authority era period, there were a lot of times when I could have beaten A-Star, but I wasn't really given much of a chance to beat A-Star.
Oh, what?
Because mostly guys like you and Jin were given a chance, and A-Star was being protected by the Authority.
Now I got a question for you. You've held that title longer than anybody has held any title.
You actually something way though.
But at the end of the day, it is still a mid-card championship. If you were to lose that mid-card title, do you feel like...
What if I was losing you don't do it?
Who would I lose it to?
Lose sleeves.
Is that what you're asking me? Who would I lose it to?
No. I'm saying if you were to lose that title next week, let's say you get put into a random match, you get put into a gauntlet match, whatever. Do you feel like your reign wants a big enough push to where you can jump from being the former IC champion
You say you what?
just like that, like Dolph Ziggler did?
Don't know who.
But like, if I lose it, would I automatically go to the main event?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
But who knows?
Now I got a little debate for Tyler and Josh.
Yeah, debate.
Awesome.
I always sucked at those.
Tyler and Josh, I want you to pick. I will start with Josh, and then Tyler. What do you feel that you can bring as an owner?
It sounds so muffled. I can't even understand what you're saying.
What do you feel you can bring as an owner that your rival can't?
Is this for me?
This is for both Josh and Tyler. I want you to, Josh, you can answer first. Tyler, you can rebuttal.
Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to steal Donald Trump's slogan because apparently he cannot make America great. But I will make AWC great again.
Steinberg 2016.
Cam Radio 12.
What?
Now, what can you bring?
I know what I'm voting for.
Ethan Bradbury.
Okay, now what I can bring to the table. Alright. First of all, AWC has been in the dark for, what, a whole year now?
No, you didn't bring on me. It's still on.
It's time to go back to not necessarily the ways of old. In a way, yes, the ways of old, but we're going to take a twist of what happened back then. Actually, I'm not even going to say what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to shock people. Because that's what I'm about. Shocking.
If you,
I'm more shocking than March Madness.
Bad
March-
reference.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler. Shut the fuck up.
I don't watch basketball. There's nothing enthusiastic about
You have-
that.
you have no- you have-
UConn sucked just as much as you did back in the day.
You have no life. I mean that we already technically knew that. So, I mean,
I guess people
not
don't
really-
remember you
not
sucking
really
dick to
like
keep that
new
spot.
to us that you suck. Anyways, so I mean, I bring a positive. Well, obviously, I'm gonna go completely generic right now. I'm gonna say I bring a positive attitude. I bring, well, actually, better booking skills than Tyler. And I'm first of all, I'm downright more likable than Tyler.
Now, Josh, I want to bring in, I want to mix in kayfabe and real life in a sense here. You had a stint as a booker that wasn't exactly well received.
I'll admit that, and that was when I was getting new to stuff, but I've learned the ways of the Jedi.
What do you have now that you didn't have then?
More knowledge on how to book. Plain and simple. I was rushed into the BTW New Rising General Manager job. That's just me.
Suck Denny, you suck now.
All right. Tyler, I wanna see your response to this question.
What do I have to prove? I've been running a company for the past 2.5 years. I think we've been doing well so far. I really do not think that I really need to change much of anything because we're doing fine just how we are right now. Our champions are good. Our company's running well. Money in the Bank briefcase holder could be very much different, but that was a mistake that I made myself by letting the fear into the match. Well, Papa Nima made that mistake. Bastard, I don't even know where he is now. I personally
that match, damn it.
that I really don't even need to prove myself at this point because everyone knows what I'm about. They know they know my booking patterns. They know what I don't like. They know what I like. What the hell, dude? They also know how to get on my damn nerves. They know everything about me. So what is there to even ask me at this point? What do you have to ask me? Ask me.
Oh, listen to that. Oh, listen to that.
I didn't want to listen to that.
Field hype was at an all-time high. I'd say
December of 2015, AWC was at its peak. Everybody was hyped for every show. We were getting editorial articles every single day from people wanting to write about AWC. Talents were dishing out promos 2 to 3 times a week. I feel like it's kind of died down a little bit from that, and I believe our roster in terms of people with promo is slightly thinner. What are you going to do to bring AWC back to that peak, if not higher?
You know what? You are kind of right there. AWC has died down a little bit in terms of its heat. That is mainly due to the break that we had. If you guys remember, in December, that was the AWC's part of the chapter. Shut the fuck up! I'm talking. You don't deserve to talk while I'm talking. Very much.
Oh, actually, my time is more important than yours. I'm sorry.
We're running on my time right now.
Time is money, Tyler. Apparently, you don't have enough money to afford your more time.
Yeah, keep on talking about money, you Jew. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, of course, we did die down a little bit of heat. That's mostly due to the break that I gave everyone. Because, you know, when you give people a good enough break, they come back and they're happy. Now, when you give someone too long of a break, then they start getting a bit lethargic towards their work ethic. That's because they've been on break for so long and they've been used to this more lax lifestyle. Now, I feel like that's more of a contributing factor to why not many people do as much work as they do now. Now, what can I do to improve that? What I'm going to do absolutely nothing. Because I know for a fact that whatever I do either has its ups, it will have its down eventually. No matter what I do, no matter what I say. I don't need to do anything to change the company because the company will change automatically, theoretically, because that's how AWC is. We are a constantly changing, constantly moving company, and I don't see a reason for change. Simple as that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you in the comments down below to comment who do you feel has the best part in this debate, who do you feel has the best argument, and who do you feel will make a better owner of AWC? Let's have our own mini election down in the comment section.
Josh's was mainly just jabs, so.
If I may, Tyler, you say you don't want to change anything, but sometimes change is the best thing possible. Change can also be the most negative thing as well, but here's why I say change is going to be positive for AWC. You see, I'm going to
you talk about change is good. Activity. You told us that you're going to bring good change, but you don't even tell us what that change is.
I'm going to focus on activity. That's the most important thing. You didn't focus on activity. You gave people a break, and that break was too long, and people came back, and they were like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to focus on that. The people who work their hardest will get the opportunities that they so rightfully deserve. That's how it works. You don't think that because apparently you're just blind to this idea that everything's going to run its course and then eventually die out like how life does. But instead, in AWC's reality, it's just like, great, we take a long break. We had a great first season, a long break, and we come back suddenly out of the blue, and everyone's just like, what the fuck? You can't give that long of a break. I mean, I'm going to obviously give breaks.
The break wasn't my best business decision. I won't call it my worst business decision, but it wasn't my best business decision.
That was actually probably the worst business decision you've probably made. And you'll probably ever make.
Thank you very much.
I don't know, Josh. We've had at least like 5 walkouts. I feel like one of those would probably.
Those were self-orchestrated. We'll get to those another time. I will post a tweet on my Twitter account about that stuff.
That was directed by me, because you know anything that Josh does. Because Josh is in his own man. That's what you guys don't know.
I am my own man. I'm 18 years old. Leave me alone.
You know what? You can defeat me at WrestleMania. You won't, but even if you do defeat me in WrestleMania, I could die tomorrow and you never face me. But you know what? When I die, and if I ever do die, you know what? You will always be Tyler Bitch. And that's where I end it.
Really, I'll always be your bitch. Okay, after I'm done beating you at WrestleMania, I will make you my bitch, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely, positively nothing that you can do about it. That you're
Alright.
going to do about it.
Here,
Nobody
anybody else want to ask
is
any
going
other
to
questions?
stop me.
Okay, I have a question for Tyler.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to answer this as honest and as honestly as you can. Okay.
This is going to be a lie.
Was there ever a time that from day one to now that you've ever felt that you were as big of an asshole as the guy that you had beef with? Like guys like Josh Steinberg and Franklin and Jen, when they walked out, did you ever think to yourself that you were in the wrong?
That's a good question because a lot of the times when this stuff happens, I always come off as I'm never in the wrong. I never do anything wrong. And you know what? That's for the better because you know what? When I'm in that mood and when people walk out, I'm always in the mindset of, well, you know, I didn't do anything wrong, and that's human nature. You never really have to. You never really expect to say, oh, well, I'm in the wrong here. But you know what? When these things do happen, I know somehow, some way, I did something wrong along the line. Somehow, some way. That's just how it is. Now, the most recent walkouts,
Yeah.
even though I know that is,
like
even though even the most
I was
recent,
gonna ask with Dane, do you feel like you were probably done something wrong, or you could have done something better?
on that one, see, usually in these walks out, it revolves around something that I did. In this one, it revolves around something that Dane shouldn't have done. I still think that maybe my reaction could have been a little bit more.
Let's get his opinion.
Let me stop you right there. Did you skip the chance to check out Dane's video?
Did I what?
Dana posted a video like a couple days ago telling his side of the story, kind of like what CM Punk did in Colt Cabana's podcast. Did you get to see it?
Come CM Punk.
I had no interest in seeing it, so no, I did not watch it.
Okay, but he had told his side of the story. Now, would you care to not become Vince McMahon and tell your side of the story?
Did you say out of character not be Vince McMahon? That's funny. I always thought myself as Tyler Williams, but
Because if you remember, Vince McMahon didn't tell his side of the story. He just decided to apologize and because he knew on Austin's podcast, because he knew if he did apologize in public, he would get sympathy, but no one bought into that.
I never apologized because I didn't see a reason to apologize. I never did anything wrong.
Okay, I'm not telling you to apologize.
See, there we go again. I never did anything wrong. It's just human nature.
Hey,
You must get Dane in his call.
I didn't say you had to apologize. I just said, could you please tell us your side of the story? Because Vince never did that.
I want to add Dane to the call.
No, do not add Dane to the call. Okay, well,
yeah, let's
the reason why I never told my side of the story is because I didn't feel reason to, because I told it enough. So I was like, why do I have to keep on saying it? And I felt like at this point, Dane's off doing whatever he wants to do, so I'm not going to sit here and try to fight with this guy, with other people about it. I feel like of all the walkouts that we had, this one has been the least, the least to do with. But anyway, my side of the story. So, if you guys had known, when did Dane walk out? Like 3-4 days ago, maybe? I don't exactly remember the day, but I think it was 4 days ago. I think it was on March 20th, if I'm correct. It might have been the 19th. I don't exactly remember. But basically,
it was on my birthday.
It was on one of those days. So basically, I was live streaming an event. It was a live stream only event where like I said, it's a live stream only event. Dane said he was going to record. Well, Dane didn't actually say it. I wouldn't have known. But I asked Dane, did you record it? Because I know Dane and I use the same editing software, and I know Dane would be that kind of person, so I asked Dane, did you record it? He said yes, and at first I really didn't think much of it, but then I started to thinking, like, knowing Dane, he would try uploading it, so I told him not to do it. Now, the part about it where the story gets skewed is that a lot of people claim that they didn't hear me say it. Maybe I was muted. Maybe no one heard me, but I did say it.
Because if you looked at Dane's video, apparently Alejandro said he didn't hear you say it. Dane said he didn't hear you say it, and someone else said he didn't hear you say it. But then you said that you did say it.
Like I said, that is where hey Ali, no one's trying to listen to that. Anyway, as I was saying, that's where the story gets skewed because I will say that I said it, but no one else will say that I said it. I mean,
how about Alejandro? Did you hear him say it?
Nope. Now, being honest, I'm not, I'm not choosing sides or anything.
no, I don't think I was picking sides. Like I said, I honestly think that either no one heard me.
Franklin, did you hear him say it?
And I didn't hear you. I'm not saying you didn't say it at all.
Like I said.
And the only time Franklin would bandwagon on somebody would be with Jin, but this is not Jin, this is Dane, so he's got to be telling the truth here.
I'm not saying anyone's writing coattails. I never said that. I said that in this sense, I could be wrong. I know I said it, but I could have been muted. I could have muted myself. Maybe I didn't say it loud enough and no one heard me. That is where the story gets skewed. The rest of the story, however, is basically should be exactly the same, pretty much linear towards everyone else's. So me and Dan got into a bit of an argument because I did not want Dane to post it, and he did post it. Now, I asked Dane not to post it. What I didn't realize is that he posted it way before I even noticed. Like, when he posted the video, I didn't even realize it, so I was not really as mad at the moment. Like when
he did tell you he was going to record it.
Yeah, he didn't tell me he was going to post it, though. That's where it comes in. So Dane told me that he posted it, or well, Dane didn't tell me that he posted it. He said he was going to post it, and I wasn't really for that. I told him not to post it, and he really didn't respond back to me at all. I told him that I was going to give him a copyright claim. I was going to go to YouTube. And now this I said in the heat of the moment because I was like, okay, this guy's trying to steal my content. I got to do something about this. I didn't take account the parody thing. I didn't take account any copyright laws or anything. My main objective was take the video down because it doesn't belong to him. But the parody laws came in. Dane dubbed over some music, which ironically is copywritten music. But needless to say, Dane was able to keep the video up. I was very aggravated about that, and I said, you know what, fuck you, and whatever. So I didn't fire Dane. I didn't say he had to quit. I did threaten to suspend him, but I didn't say I was going to. I didn't fire him or anything. Dane just went mute in the chat. Ali can tell you, me and him were both calling his name, and he didn't say anything. Ali can back me up on that. We were calling to him, he didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
He was just mute the whole time. I'm like, okay, maybe he's just mad.
Yeah, he was mad.
Next thing I know, he left the call. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went to go PM him, and he left the AWC. Went to go do it, and then he blocked me.
Somebody sent my call.
And that was kind of it from there. I really don't remember much else because nothing else really happened after that. And I don't know if he says I did send them a copyright law or strike or anything, but I did not send it. I didn't.
No,
I didn't really see
reason said anything about that.
Like I said, I don't know if he did say it, but if he did, I didn't send him one.
And there was also a point when he said that if he asked for permission to do the video, you would have gave him permission.
No.
Tyler told me 9 out of 10 he would have said yes.
Wait, what?
That you told me that 9 out of 10 you would have said yes that he could post it.
No, I didn't. I said more than likely.
You told me that.
In Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up. I don't remember saying that. Because if I were correctly, I said that if Dane had asked me,
Yeah. If he asked it, you would have said yes, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, if they didn't ask for permission, you would have gave him.
maybe I did say that. I don't remember saying it, but I probably did say it. You know what? Maybe if he did ask, I would have said yes, but the thing was, he did not ask. He didn't. He just uploaded it, and even when I told him not to upload it, he still kept it up. Now, Dane was bouncing off of private and unlisted, probably unlisted, maybe because he was feeling guilt or whatnot, I don't know. But I think the video is taken down. I'm not entirely sure at the moment.
Can't see it.
Hold on.
It's blurry.
Wait. I said that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah. That's me. Okay. Okay, then. Maybe. Okay. I'm not gonna deny it if I said it. I just don't remember saying it. But if I said it, I'm not gonna deny it.
So is there anything else you have to say?
I have nothing left to say to Dane. I'm pretty sure Dane has many things to say about me because he still seems to want to find his way to get in more 2 cents. He joins the stream. He joins the stream because he knows I don't want him there. He'll like go into Allah's account and message me. Dane knows what irks me. Anyone who's been at AWC knows what irks me. Dane's just really just trying to get under my skin right now. I'm trying not to let it get to me. But that's really it. I really have nothing to elaborate on it. I told myself.
All right, so here's going back to what I had asked you at the beginning of all this. Would you say that you were in the wrong?
In the wrong in that situation or in certain walkouts?
Well, for this one in particular.
My reaction, I felt like I could have reacted a little bit differently, but like I said before, I feel like if anyone were in the position that I was in, they probably would have reacted the exact same way. Was I in the wrong? No. I don't think I was.
Okay,
I think that Dane was in the wrong for uploading the video without my permission.
So nobody gonna set me with the video call?
Is that all?
That is all.
Nobody gonna set me.
Thank you. Is that all for everyone else?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Tyler sucks. Cam Radio 12.
Oh, wait. Before we go, I gotta ask Josh one more question. Cause a lot of people, they know about the beef me and you have. They honestly just like, oh my God, Tyler hates us, and Josh hates him, and all that. There's a lot of people who say that it's a work, and that we honestly don't hate each other, and that we're good friends. So I'm not even going to say anything. I want you to tell everyone right here, right now. Is it a work? Are we actually friends behind the scenes, or do we actually hate each other?
Where?
Don't bring up that song. That song.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, you have the screenshots. No.
I don't know.
What?
If I can say
you two met each other in person. You can't actually hate each other.
That was like a year ago today.
That was a year ago, and that's when me and Tyler despised each other.
I went to visit him because I was close enough to him. I said, hey, you're close enough to me, and it'd be cool if I said I met someone from AWC. Where do you live? And that's how I met Josh.
Hi. Okay, honestly, I would say it is a work, but, hold on. Don't get all marking out, everybody. Do not mark out just yet. I'd say Tyler and I are working to become friends. There's a lot of past bullshit that we have to get through to become said friends. And I put friends in quotation marks because we don't even know.
Don't even start laughing, Ollie. Don't start laughing.
We don't even know what that could possibly entail. We could probably just be playing a joke on each other. So, not necessarily saying that we are friends, but there is a possibility that maybe sometime down the line, Tyler and I will become friends.
You know that option on Facebook where you have that relationship option, and there's
It's
that
complicated.
It's complicated. That's our relationship. Right
It's
now.
complicated.
You know what? Everyone's gonna start busting their chops and saying a bunch of other shit now, but it's okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is a long ass video. I won't be surprised if anyone even watches it entirely. I will talk to you guys later. AWC Retribution is tomorrow. Then after that, WrestleMania's pre-show. Then after that, WrestleMania. Then the day after that, it's night after WrestleMania. AWC episode 20. I will see you all there. Peace out.
AWC episode 20. Josh is